Good morning, students. After knowing about the different categories of new urban centers, let us get an idea about the differences between the old and the new urban centers. The colonial towns were different from the early Indian towns. जो ब्रिटिशर्स ने डेवलप किए गए towns थे, they were totally different. Now, let us examine the major differences between the traditional Indian towns, cities, and the new ones that sprang up during the British rule. ब्रिटिश के तो अब हम देखेंगे सबसे पहले कि ब्रिटिश के आने से पहले अर्बन सिटीज कैसे थे. Many of the Indian towns and cities were called walled cities क्योंकि उसके चारों ओर फोर्ट यानी कि किले बनाए जाते थे और उसके आसपास मोट यानी कि खाई भी क्रिएट की जाती थी. ये सब पब्लिक को बाहरी आक्रमण से बचाने के लिए किया जाता था. द वॉल्स ऑफ द फोर्ट्स were usually high and thick. These fort towns had huge gates that were the entry points to the cities. After getting the detailed information about the old urban centers, let us look into its administration of these urban centers. Administrative system of the urban areas was quite different from that of the rural areas. In the villages, panchayat system was followed, while the in charge of the town was kotwal with thanadars supervising the mohalladars and darogas or policemen. Armed watchmen were positioned means were kept near the fort's entry point. फोर्ट के एंट्री पॉइंट के पास में एक आर्म्ड पुलिसमैन यानी कि हथियारधारी पुलिसमैन को रखा गया जाता था. तो अब देखेंगे कि न्यू अर्बन सिटीज जो ब्रिटिशर्स ने डेवलप किए थे उसमें क्या चेंजेस किए गए. जो न्यू अर्बन सेंटर्स थे वे काफ़ी बड़े थे और उसके रोड्स ब्रॉड यानी कि चौड़े थे विथ बिग ओपन स्पेसेस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टाउन्स, प्लेग्राउंड्स एंड पार्क्स. पब्लिक बिल्डिंग्स भी काफ़ी बड़े थे विथ गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन. ब्रिटिशर्स के जो अपने रेसिडेंशियल बिल्डिंग्स थे विच वर कॉल्ड बंगलोज उसको न्यूक्लियर फैमिली यानी कि सिंगल फैमिली के लिए बनाए गए थे. बंगलोज वेर यूजुअली ह्यूज काफ़ी बड़े थे एंड सिंगल स्टोरीड हाउसेस विथ गार्डन्स, वरंडास एंड वाइड विंडोज. द सर्वेंट क्वार्टर्स एंड स्टेबल were at times situated within the same compound but separate from the house. ब्रिटिश लोगों ने जो टाउन्स बनाए थे उसमें रेस कोर्स, गोल्फ कोर्स, क्लब और जिम्नेशियम की फैसिलिटीज़ भी थी which were meant for the amusement of the Europeans only. Some cities, such as Madras, were divided into two parts: White Town, in which British lived, and Black Town, where the locals lived. The black and white towns were separated by a wall. These new localities and new cities were given typical English names. अब देखेंगे कि ये न्यू अर्बन सेंटर्स के एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में ब्रिटिशर्स ने क्या चेंजेस इंट्रोड्यूस किए थे. लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस जो उस समय के गवर्नर जनरल थे उन्होंने 1793 में कॉर्नवालिस कोड नाम का एक नया सेट ऑफ रूल्स इंट्रोड्यूस किया था. The district collector slowly emerged as the most important official in the local एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स को सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पोजीशन और इम्पोर्टेंट ऑफिसर्स माना जाता था लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में. इन द अर्बन एरियाज द म्यूनिसिपैलिटी वॉज इन चार्ज of public health, sanitation, lighting, sewage, parks and roads. In India, the oldest municipal corporation is in Madras. It was created in December 1687 by a royal charter issued by King James II of England. तो अब देखेंगे कि ये नए अर्बन सेंटर्स जो ब्रिटिशर्स ने डेवलप किए थे उसमें लॉ एंड ऑर्डर कैसे मेंटेन किए जाते थे. लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस established a regular police force to maintain law and order. The Indian Penal Code was framed in 1860 under Lord Macaulay that listed out different categories of criminals. The Indian Police Act of 1867 concluded the final changes. The new police department was headed over by an Inspector General of Police who was assisted by the Deputy Inspector General, the Assistant District Superintendent of Police, the Inspector, the Head Constable, the Sergeant and the Constables. A complete jail code was also prepared. The main object. तो अब देखते हैं कि ये नए अर्बन सेंटर्स जो ब्रिटिशर्स ने डेवलप किए थे उसमें लॉ एंड ऑर्डर कैसे मेंटेन किए जाते थे. लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस established a regular police force to maintain the law and order. The Indian Penal Code was framed in 1860 under Lord Macaulay that listed out different categories of criminals. The Indian Police Act of 1861 concluded the final changes. The new police department was headed over by an Inspector General of Police who was assisted by the Deputy Inspector General, the Assistant District Superintendent of Police, the Inspector, the Head Constable, the Sergeant and Constables. A complete jail code was also prepared. The main objective of the police reform was to set up a uniform and effective police administration in the country. Now, let us look into the development of transport and communication. The British rulers realized the importance of cheap and easy means of transport to reach the nooks and corners of the country. Lord Dalhousie proposed a network of 4 main trunk lines to connect the interior of the country with major ports. By 1869, more than 4,000 miles of rail tracks had been laid. By 1906, the country had nearly 30,000 miles of railway track. And now, something about the postal and telegraph system. The introduction of railways played a major role in the establishment of an efficient and modern post and telegraph system in India. The first telegraph line from Calcutta to Agra was inaugurated in 1853. Lord Dalhousie also introduced the use of postage stamps.